I hope I can give some good stuff here because I've got two sons who I have not been able to talk out of going into coaching. So I have one son who's an assistant coach at Southeastern Louisiana and Riley, and then my other son Hunt is on our staff here as a graduate manager now. But you know, I do think I think the networking, which is different now because you can't go about it like I did by working. I mean, I worked probably 40 some weeks at camps through my senior year, at so high major contacts, at all those stops and traveling the country. Um, but I think you have to find a way, to get some of those contacts. And I think the networking, I think the variety of experiences, I think getting there's a couple ways to look at it. You can get in somewhere and lock in with one guy, and really ride that a long way. And I think sometimes that can be, great. It can be very comfortable. It works for some. I just, as you can tell by my career and the different stops I've had, I think I've really benefited by moving around a little bit, especially younger. It's harder when you have a family, but hopefully you take those years in your 20s and you be willing to move, be willing to go wherever. I think that can help you. And I think this, it's I think it's better sometimes to be in a smaller group. I was fortunate. People see the resume and they say NC State. Well, but because of we were hit with the different probation and restrictions and things like that, we weren't even allowed to hire. We weren't allowed to hire a big staff. We couldn't even have former players in the office, at that time. And so I was forced to do everything. Like I said, I lived in the dorms of the players. I was a full-time, I was an assistant coach. I was able to go scouting. I think being part of smaller staffs where people can see you work. If you're good, they'll find you. So I think the networking, I think moving around, being willing to early on, and go for whatever pay you can. I left IBM for NC State. Coach Robinson, I remember when he asked me, when he called me at the office that day, he said, "How much money are you making?" And it was only my second year out of college. And I told him, and the phone just went silent. And he goes, "Well," he goes, "I'm offering you a heck of a job, but it's gonna be a long time before you make that kind of money." So, and he was right. But I think so. I think that's it. I think that's a perfect example of a networking thing. I didn't play for him, but we stayed in contact. We worked the network. We're willing to take a pay cut, move wherever, but then go to places where they can see you work.